Thank you, Jesse and Matthias. You're going to be seeing in the second game of today on ML BotBall. It's going to be Cincinnati Reds versus the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Great matchup, as he said earlier. Both teams in playoff contention. And in terms of the starters today, Alex Wood, a guy who played for the Reds last year, part of that big trade that, with Yasiel Puig being traded, Matt Kemp being traded, Homer Bailey being traded, a little bit of a salary dump, but the Dodgers got some good prospects, including one that they used in the Mookie Betts trade and David Price trade, which, both two great players, although Price has struggled this year. In terms of the Reds, you got Malley, who not, the worst pitcher on that Red staff. Technically his best numbers, even though he's very young, it's not great numbers. However, some good news for him. Going to this year, his 3 starts against the Dodgers, 2-1 with a 2.12 ERA. And then in the month of June, which we are still in, it is his best month by far. I'm not sure about this year's numbers, but at least before this year, he had a 3.15 ERA and a 1.307 WHIP, which are both his best for a month. So that's the good news for the Reds. You're not going to expect much out of Malley here, so you may have to go to the bullpen early, but a few numbers do suggest he could have a decent game against this tough Dodgers lineup.
See the Dodgers lineup today, making some changes here. We're going to have Mookie Betts in right field leading off. And 2, 3, and 4, all left-handed hitters. Second baseman Gavin Lux, first baseman Max Muncy, and the center fielder Cody Bellinger. As you see some more lineup changes here.
Yeah, and talk about Lux moving up. He had a good game. He had a very good game yesterday. He had 2 RBIs in their loss. The Dodgers did struggle against the Giants, losing that series, which, against a bad team, you don't want to do that. But Lux did have a good game yesterday, and he's been hot. He's been doing pretty good as of late, which warrants him moving up in the lineup.
Yeah, if you're in the MLB, in any case, if you get on a little roll, you're gonna have manager. In this case, for the Dodgers, you're gonna have Dave Roberts. He's gonna any manager in this case could end up giving you the bump in the lineup card. Could be the case, or it is in this case for Gavin Lux. Again, in the leadoff spot, I mentioned this earlier. Mookie Betts, the former Red Sox, as you mentioned earlier, he came over in trade with big trade. He was on the Red Sox before with David Price. They both came over. Kind of interesting to think that 2 years after they were, at least Betts and Price, were playing against the Dodgers in the World Series 2018. 2 years later, they find themselves on the same team they were against.
Yeah, it's weird when that happens because it's only 2 years ago, so you faced a lot of these guys, most of this Dodgers team. But if the Red Sox wanted to slash payroll, the Dodgers are in need. They really want. They're one of those teams where you need to win a World Series. That's a goal every year. They've come up close a couple of times, and they had a kind of disappointing loss to the Nationals last year. But they trade for Betts and trade for Price. Strengthen that already great rotation and make that lineup ever more dangerous because they already got so many great hitters. I mean, they're missing Justin Turner, but you look throughout that lineup and it's like so many guys who have had, either great seasons or they just had great careers and they're a threat in that lineup.
Yeah, Justin Turner out with a torn hamstring. He could be back in a few days. To Dodger Stadium, as we are in Dodger Stadium today. Overhead view for second game of the day on ML BotBall between the Cincinnati Reds, Los Angeles Dodgers. Both teams records close to each other. Cincinnati Reds are a few games behind the NL Central leading Chicago Cubs, while the Dodgers are near the top or tied in first place in this case. The NL West, as we see the starter for the Dodgers today, Alex Wood, his 17th start on the year.
Great piece in this Dodgers rotation. A lefty. Had some good seasons for the Dodgers, and I think the Dodgers are very happy that they were able to sign in free agency for not too high of a price.
Batter today for the Reds, the center fielder Shogo Akiyama. Pitch to the first Japanese-born player to appear in a game for Cincinnati is fouled away. Running time 2 o'clock Eastern. Underway here at Dodger Stadium.
On his first year with the Reds and already hitting the top of the lineup, so he's made a good impression so far for this team.
Just low 1-1. Akiyama in 2015 and 2019, obviously out of Japan. He was a 5-time Pacific League All-Star. Seeing the little camera go around the Dodgers fielders on one pitch. Side again from the lefty wood. 1, you see the weather today, 68 degrees, partly cloudy, and 6 miles per hour coming in from center field. Wondering if that could make an impact on some of the balls hit today.
Ball inside.
It's a cold temperature for Los Angeles at this time of the year, but still pretty good temps.
That's a shot. That's going to right field. Akiyama knows where it's going. That one is gone. Akiyama's 7th home run on the season. Leadoff home run to start this game from a 3-run count against Alex Wood. They're going to come out to an early 1-0 lead in the first game of the series.
All just basically hung there. Akiyama, not known for a home run hitter, but with that pitch, if you get the right swing on that, that's going to fly, and that one flew.
The one flew 387 feet to be correct. Now, second hitter today for Cincinnati. First baseman Joey Votto, former National League MVP back in 2010. So a 6-time All-Star. He's had some injury problems this year. He's getting back into the lineup for the Reds, batting in the 2-hole today. Pitched low again. I know to Votto that will stat on the right. His career numbers against Alex Wood, 5 for 14. Fastball fouled off.
They're stuck with the Reds through thick and thin, and now maybe it is paying off. This team having a pretty good record, possibly contending for a playoff berth, and probably going to end up with their best record since 2013 when they had over 90 wins.
1. Otto did get a lot of that. It was a bit early. Held it away. Now 1-2. At that breaking pitch in the dirt. Smith throwing onto first. Muncy makes the catch. One out now in the inning. Eugenio Suarez coming in for his first at bat on the day.
All one's the count.
One pitch high, another fastball. Fouled it away. Suarez down 0-2.
Towards attack, Suarez with 2 high pitches so far. Let's see if he goes high again or tries to throw a low one.
Did go high again, another fastball. I'm a 2-seamer. Back-to-back strikeouts now for Alex Wood after that leadoff home run to Akiyama.
Yeah, and Wood's not a very fast thrower, only throws low 90, but you can see that delivery. So when he throws that high, kind of hard to take. It's almost rising in the zone while the ball's crossing the plate.
Ball 1, no strike.
Pitch high inside. Cleanup hitter today for Cincinnati, Mike Moustakas. Time All-Star, former Royal, also former Brewer. Hey, he's in base on the diamond. That fastball down the middle, lined right into the shift. It was going to be caught by Gavin Lux. Not before a leadoff home run today. Go Akiyama. Long gone. Down the right field line. Cincinnati leads 1-0.
Good recovery, good start for the Reds, but good recovery by Wood. Didn't get into much trouble. He had a few hard hit balls, but no hitters, and he kind of didn't let that bad start unnerve him.
Tyler Mahle started for the Reds today. You see his stats on the right. Only 25 years old, but he's already completed 3 MLB seasons. versus a 1-2-3.
Leading off.
Leading off today, Mookie Betts.
The right fielder.
Last year won the Silver Slugger Award for the outfield, the Red Sox.
Betts, not having the MVP season like he had 2 years ago, but still having a very good season up there in most categories for hitting. And Dodgers will definitely take that from the guy, from the player that they traded for, and with the guys they gave up.
Pitch inside. It's going to be called a strike. 1 count. Former MVP. A cutter. All the way. 2 now. A curveball going to go down the line. Jump throw by Moustakas in time for the out. He pitches. 1 out for Mahle.
Nice play by Moustakas. When the Royals, those great teams, they were known for having clutch hitting and great defense. And Moustakas is one of those players. And Mahle attacking the strike zone, which is very good against this Dodgers lineup. You don't want to start walking guys.
Be a curveball inside, blooped into shallow left. Kiyama, he's gonna run. Actually, that was Suarez. Been in the shift. Away. It's the catch. Quick 2 outs now. Max Muncy, the hitter. Pitch to Muncy. Home runs away from career number 100 is a strike. 1 count. Pitch fouled away. 0-2.
Mahle, nice, low pitch count and just attacking the zone so far this inning. And that's his strategy against this poke hit Dodgers lineup.
Fastball fouled away. In this case, 0-2 count. I'm going to do it again. Fastball inside. Gonna miss, strike 3. First strikeout on the day for Mahle. First strikeout for Muncy. Dodgers gonna go down 1-2-3. 3-1. Cincinnati leads by a score of 1-0.
Leading off for Cincinnati, the left fielder, number 2, Nick.
Be 5,
Castellanos.
7 for the Reds. Nicholas Castellanos stepping in. Aquino on deck, and second baseman Senzel the hole. Pitcher's low again from Wood. A no count.
1-1.
Went low again. This time that curveball. It's in a swing and a miss. 1-1. One's going to be lined into the left center field gap. Going to go past Bellinger. Going to go off the wall. Base hit. Castellanos running into second. He's going to get there safely. Leadoff double. Second leadoff hit for Wood. In this case, Castellanos' 13th double on the season.
He's looking there by Castellanos and starting it off well, and Wood again giving up a hard hit to the first hitter in the inning.
Now, Aristides Aquino stepping in. The man on second. That pitch going to be another curveball in the lower half of the zone. I'm going to watch that go by as a strike. The pitch lined into right field now. It's going to be another base hit. Have Castellanos held up at third. Runners on the corners now. Still no outs.
Betts with a very strong arm, so Castellanos decided not to test him. But big start by the Reds here, and for Wood, you're kind of hoping for a double play or a strikeout here from Senzel.
Pitch to Senzel, low again. Former second overall pick back in the June 2016 draft. Another pitch low. You know, yesterday or last game, Nick Senzel went 0 for 4. Not his best game with a pair of strikeouts.
This is exactly not what you want to do. Go behind a hitter who struggled yesterday with first and third and no outs. You got to throw a strike here.
That pitch is going to be a strike. Back to a two-seamer. Senzel still up in the count, 2-1. Another curveball down the line. The third baseline, that is. Be called foul. Mom knotted up, 2-2. The two-seamer. Side. Oh, behind. A hit ball. It's going to be left field. Peterson going back. He's going to watch it go. 3-run home run, Nick Senzel. Home runs in 2 innings for Alex. 2 home runs in 2 innings for the Reds against Alex Wood. 4-0 Cincy.
Ball just hung up there. You know, sometimes you try to sneak it by the batter. They're not going to expect a pitch there, but Senzel was all over that and, you know, just hung up there and absolutely crushed. And Wood already given up 4 runs, and he's got to calm down here or the Dodgers are going to have a long day of using their bullpen.
And just to keep in mind, this is the first game of the series. Catcher Kurt Caselli is going to step in. Pitch to him, grounded. And go down to third. Hernandez is going to throw on to Muncy at first. The first out of the top of the second inning.
Batting ninth, the pitcher, number 30, Tyler Mahle.
On the ninth slot today, the pitcher for the Reds, Tyler Mahle, average 182 on the season, just under the Mendoza line.
Bad for a pitcher.
Pitch outside, 1-0. Strong pitcher matchup. Oh, tried to go inside corner high. Again with the two-seamer. No count.
Facing a pitcher, you just got to throw strikes here. Mahle's not going to hit it that far.
Throw a strike. It was another two-seamer down the middle. He lined it foul. 1-1.
Ball 3.
A pitch high. 3-1 now. Kiyama on deck. That leadoff home run. Wood in this situation, you want to do anything you can to not walk the pitcher.
See a mound visit coming soon, especially if he walks Mahle here.
Count is full.
Oh. That's a full count. I'm with the knuckle curve. If I was Wood, I'd do that again. Fastball grounder. Lux going on to Muncy at first. And out.
Now batting, number 4.
Nice play by Lux on the run. Nice turn. Plants his foot and gets Mahle for the out. Mahle not a too fast runner, so Lux didn't really have to rush that one.
And the shortstop, Go Akiyama, stepping in for the second time today. He homered last inning.
That's a ball.
Pitch low and away. No count. Inside fastball for a strike. Then 1.
Nope, that's off the plate. Ball 2.
Primarily using his fastballs now. That one outside. I'm slightly up in the count. 2-1.
Yeah, you have to wonder if he's not feeling the break on his, other pitches, and that's why he's using the fastball so much. But then the hitters can just key in on that. You gotta pitch it every once in a while, at least.
We'll pitch low. 3-1. Joey Votto on deck. pitch high outside, going to be popped up shallow left field. Running will make the catch. Peterson, but not before Nick Senzel, the second baseman, a home run into the left field seats. Cincinnati puts their lead now up to 4-0 as we go to the bottom of the second.
Just a quick bit of MLB news. Arizona Diamondbacks right-hander Mike Leake has opted out of the 2020 season. MLB giving some players, I believe, an option, some paid, some not, depending on their where they are.
Pitch to Bellinger, lined out to Castellanos. Is that the first player that is?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I don't know. Yeah, NBA we see players opt out, but MLB it is the first one. I can see more players doing it, especially for ones who live in families where they may have a member who's immunocompromised or someone who's elderly that they live with. But that is the first one so far.
Ball 1, no strike.
This is the first one. Okay, number 5 hole, the shortstop. It's Taylor. Pitch for a strike. Taylor was a co-MVP of the 2017 NLCS with Justin Turner. That year, the Dodgers went on to the World Series, lost in 7 to the Houston Astros in a widely publicized asterisk that people see now after the whole sign stealing scandal and the findings by MLB and Rob Manfred. Pitch, though, a fastball, high inside, swing and a miss, strike 3. Malley's second strikeout on the day. 2 outs in the bottom of the second.
Being aggressive. That's just been his key all game. And the Dodgers hitters, great hitters, but maybe they didn't expect Malley to be this aggressive, especially a young guy facing this daunting lineup.
Peterson found that into third base against the shift. Long throw, not going to be in time. Shift comes back to Cincinnati. It's going to go down as a base hit.
And that's usually going to be a hit, unless you do like a Jeter throw where you're barehanding, throwing on the run. But nice piece of hitting there.
Corey Seager. Pitch to him. He's going to line that right to Castellanos again. Dodgers will leave a base runner on. Here through 2. Cincinnati leads by a score, but nothing.
15 pitches in 2 innings by Malley. Almost unheard of, almost as if, someone's, me playing a video game and being aggressive, but Malley just, low pitch count, just going through this Dodgers lineup. Meanwhile, Wood, the guy we expected to be the better pitcher, has struggled up and down this Reds lineup.
Alvado stepping in, struck out swinging back in the first.
That's a ball.
From Wood. Go back to the breaking ball. It was a bit low. 1-0 count as we see the manager, Roberts. We got to wonder what he's thinking right now. Fastball inside as Wood's now up to 40 pitches. And 1.
Nope, that's inside.
We go back to the same spot. Different result, 2-1 count. It has stayed on the inside. Some pitches have been balls, some are strikes. 2-2 count now.
And if you're Roberts, you have to hope Wood can go at least 6. You didn't use a lot of bullpen guys yesterday, but if you're going to be down by a lot, you don't want to have to use a lot of your bullpen this game.
Low, lined into left field. Will it get down? Fair, it will. Otto going to take the turn. He's going to run into second. Will he slide? I guess he will. He get in there safely. Another leadoff hit for Reds this time. Another double off the bat of Joey Votto.
A nice piece of 2-strike hitting by Votto, just slapping it to the opposite field, being protective, and another extra base hit on the first batter of an inning against Wood, and he's struggling out there. He's just struggling.
Eugenio Suarez, he struck out in the first, only leading the NL in the RBI category. 72 takes that first pitch fastball for a strike.
Or is a possible MVP candidate also up there. Also second in home runs, so The Reds, especially because they're in playoff contention, Suarez is going to get garnered some votes for MVP. Maybe not the front runner right now, but he's going to be in the conversation.
Pitch high. Held behind again. 1-2. Suarez was signed out of Venezuela. Another strike three swinging. Did have to throw on to Muncy at first. Or will stay at second. It'll be one out now.
Third baseman, Mike Moustakas.
Second time today, Mike Moustakas steps in for one. The man on second, Votto there. Pitch going to be grounded to Lux at second. Throw on to first in time. Meanwhile, Votto will move over to third. Cincinnati has a man in scoring position. 2 outs.
You'll take that even with the runner moving over. You got 2 outs, not going to get anything. Don't throw a wild pitch, obviously, here. Votto not fast, but if the ball goes to the backstop, Votto probably does score.
Castellanos, the left fielder, stepping in. And time today for him as he fouled that pitch off. Have a double earlier on in the second. Just prompted an Aristides Aquino single, and then that Nick Senzel 3-run home run. 1-2. Fastball in for a strike. Treadgo breaking ball. Line to right field. Betts on the run. Makes the catch. It'll be Will Smith, Alex Wood, the pitcher, and Mookie Betts coming up for the Dodgers. We go to the bottom of the third.
Mr. Wood, you got to be happy. You finally got an inning out of an inning with no damage. You should have hoped to continue it here. He's only up to 50 pitches, 3 innings. Not too bad. He can go a couple more innings in this game.
Smith today, the 8th hole. Pitch outside to him, 1-0. Grounded into left field, overrun by Castellanos. Either way, it's going to be a leadoff single for the Dodgers. Their second hit on the day. Batter the catcher, Will Smith.
And you saw also earlier, he was third on the team in home runs, batting 8th in the lineup. It just shows you how many well-rounded hitters you have on this Dodgers team, where a guy that hit 16 home runs, which is pretty nice, hitting 8th in your lineup.
Wood stepping in, sack bunt situation, it looks like, as he to lay one down there, fouled it off. On 1 count. Bunt. Bounce foul again down the first base line, 0-2.
You wonder if he bunts here. If it's foul again, he's out, so he may just swing. It looks like he's bunting.
2 strikes.
To go for it again, held back for that high cutter. Now 1-2. Bunt. He's going to get down. Zell on to first for the out. Sacrifice does work. Dodgers have their first and in scoring position today. On second. And out now, Mookie Betts for 1 on the day. Pitch to Betts inside. A no count. Fastball in the mid-90s.
1-1.
Change of speeds there. Back to the splitter. High 80s. Swing and a miss. 1.
Count 2-1.
Go back to that splitter again. Lost control outside. 1-1 now to the former 2018 AL MVP. A curveball. The zone. 2 count. All knotted up. And on second.
A little surprised Betts didn't swing at that.
At that curveball,
Got him.
time is going to be 3 unassisted. Runner moves up to third.
Now batting.
It's going to be
Yeah,
Ren Lux with opportunity to the Dodgers their first run on the day. Lined out in the first on the day up at the plate.
Big at bat. Run here for the Dodgers could shake the young pitcher's confidence here, although Nally's been very good throughout this game.
Pitch, getting off with the splitter. 1.
They're down 1-1.
Fastball there, a bit high. Lux watched it go by. 1-1 count. Fastball fouled away. 1-2. 2 outs in the bottom of the third here at Dodger Stadium.
And the Dodgers not willing to part with Lux in the Betts trade. It looks like it's paying off for them. He's been a great middle infielder for this team.
2 strikes.
Way 2-2. 8th overall pick in the 2016 draft. Was committed to Arizona State University, but signed with the Dodgers then. Paid off as of right now. Outside splitter. Gonna miss strike 3. Dodgers leave a man on in scoring position. Still 4-0. We're here through 3 at Dodger Stadium.
Nally, nice job escaping the hit by Smith, and it helps when you get you have someone sacrifice it out, and you had Wood up. But overall, Mally's done very well so far.
Welcome back to Dodger Stadium. Heidi Watney from the sidelines reminding you to donate to the Trevor Project. He's here at ML BotBall. Mike and I, everyone here, all the broadcasters. This is all voluntary. If you do have the money, be grateful to the helping hand and help out at the Trevor Project. Be 6-7-8 for the Reds. Pitch to Aquino, low,
1-0.
and no count.
Ball.
No pitch. Fastball low and away. 2-0 now, the count.
Been struggling with these first hitters in the inning, already behind 2-0, so not looking good here.
Ball. Inside.
Now that fastball inside 3-0. Wood not having the best day when it comes to location. Deck, it's going to be Senzel, who hit a home run off him earlier, a 3-run shot, back in the second.
Ball 4. Take the base.
Fastball, check swing by Aquino either way. Be a leadoff walk on 4 straight pitches for Alex Wood.
Second baseman.
We all know what happens with leadoff walks. It never turns out well, so Wood just trying to get to this game, but not doing very good.
Senzel up at the plate for 1 on the day. Mentioned earlier that 3-run home run drove in Castellanos and Aquino. Aquino on first.
Ball. That's
Pitch outside. They're 1-0 count. Third shot lined to right field for a base hit. All runners will advance 1 base. First and second, no outs here in the top of the 4th.
Catcher. Kurt
Probably
DeSantis.
start warming up some guys just in case, because I don't know what's going to make out of this inning. Already first and second, no out. He hasn't looked at all. He doesn't look like he found it at all this game. So I don't know how much longer he's going to last, and he's going to keep giving up these hits.
Runners try to steal theirs. Castellanos fouled it off. Earlier on, it did say, or just now after you mentioned the bullpen, Nelson, the right-hander, from the bullpen for the Dodgers. 1 pitch to Castellanos, low for a strike. 2.
And I believe Nelson pitched 2 innings yesterday, so I don't know how much longer how long they can pitch him, but he is the guy, the guy who can eat up a few innings in the Dodgers bullpen.
Yes, he was a former pitcher in Milwaukee. 1-2 count. Pitch to Caselli. Low. 1-2. Time a knuckle curve. That a bit too low. Bite from the catcher.
Ball 2. I got to count 2 and 2.
Third pitch. This time a fastball. Again, trying to get Caselli to chase. 1-2 count. Fastball outside, line foul. Hit again.
Wood's not being able to. He's not able to put these hitters away. 3 strikeouts, but a lot of guys fighting off 2-strike pitches.
Mentioned fighting off 2-strike pitches. Caselli does it again. Another fastball in the outer half of the zone. But if he could be setting up something inside. 2 count now. Still, he must love pitching on that outer half of the zone, but he's still straight pitches fouled off again. Two pitch lined. It's going to loop down in for a base hit. Stream's starting to lag out, which is not the best time. And either way, the Reds are going to score a run on that little bloop single by Caselli. 5-0 lead now.
Not a great throw home, but may have been safe anyway, even with a perfect throw, and the Reds chalk another on the board, and Nelson may get some action in the game very, very soon. The catcher's coming to see him. Oh, looks like he is getting taken out.
Nelson getting some action. Alex Wood has been taken out of this game through 3 innings. Couple of runs to his name.
Your attention, please.
Nelson, he's going to be stepping in. 9th game on the year, 7-1. His record, 5.4 ERA. In his first 6 seasons with the Milwaukee Brewers. His first season, this case, with the Dodgers. To a pitcher v pitcher matchup. Malley with the bunt. Sacrifice works to perfection. Now 2nd and 3rd with 1 out. Top of the 4th.
Perfect place to put the bunt. You're not going to even try for a 4th. There's no play except for the guy at first. And now you got 2nd, 3rd, 1 out. A fly ball or even a ground ball to the right side probably scores another run. Maybe even Akiyama bunts here because he's a pretty fast player, but he did hit a home run, so I think they'll give him a hit. Let him hit.
Akiyama, 1 for 2 on the day. Pitch to him, low inside. Starting out 1-0. Pitch high to get in the zone either way outside. No, now the count. Pitch inside, another little bloop. Lux running back. He will make the catch. No runners will advance. Outs now in the top of the 4th. On 2nd and 3rd.
It doesn't make sense to try to go there. You're already up 5-0. Don't want to risk making the last out of the inning with Votto coming up, one of your best hitters in this lineup. But nice play there by Lux and firing it right back in to make sure the runner does not even think about it.
And on 2 outs here, top of the 4th. Slot hitter today, Joey Votto stepping in. Pitch. Weaker low. And no count. Pitch outside 2-0, as we saw the little graphic earlier. was on a little bit of a hot streak, and he's 5 for 15. The last 15 at bats. To a 3.33 average in the 300s. But no count to him. Fastball, fly it out into left field. Peterson under it. He's gonna make the catch. Dodgers out of a jam. Now 5-0 here as we go to the bottom of the fourth. Muncy, Bellinger, and Taylor up for the Dodgers.
And nice job by Nelson getting out of that jam, but whoever's I'm not 100% sure who's pitching for the Dodgers tomorrow, but they better go long because Nelson's not going to use 3 days in a row. He already pitched 2 yesterday, probably going to pitch a few today. So they won't have that long reliever for the next game and probably the next 2 games of this series.
First baseman Max Muncy steps in. It's going to be 3, 4, and 5 for the Dodgers. Pitch high for a strike. Taylor Malley's pitching some good baseball as of so far.
He has.
They've given up 2 hits so far. Now up 0-2 in a count after that splitter outside taken by Muncy. Chin side, fastball, strike 3 swinging. Good strikeout on the day. Second time he's gotten Muncy.
Number 35, Cody.
For first man down this inning for the Dodgers.
And Bally just having an outstanding game. You wonder why he pitches so good against the Dodgers, at least so far, and the other games he's played them.
The one's going to be lined against the shift, grounded. Bellinger going into second. Off man in. The way going to be double against the shift. Second time the shift hasn't worked out for Cincinnati.
I mean, they had a play where it worked earlier, that line drive to second, but just, nice pizza hitting by Bellinger. Takes a low pitch and just drives it the other way, and guy on second, 1 out, and Dodgers threatening here again.
It's Taylor, out in second. Pitch to him is inside. A no count. Taylor an RBI chance here.
And Taylor, another one of those Dodgers with just positional versatility. You think about Max Muncy, you think about Justin Turner, you think about Cody Bellinger. They all can play multiple positions. I'm sure Roberts likes that. They can just move guys around wherever he really wants them to.
Yes. Taylor has played around the infield and in the outfield. He's at short. Pitch to him. Side 3-0. Jock Peterson on deck. Good power hitter as well. Swing of the bat, and it could be 5-3. Pitch though, gonna go in for a strike. Fastball. 1 count still. Time another splitter. Malley's used his splitter well today. Back at full count.
Nice job recovering. He's been throwing a little bit more balls the second time around the order, but possibly because he can't use the same old tricks that inspired by them, so he's having to work a little bit more against this Dodgers team.
Grounder to first. It's going to be 3 unassisted. Runner will advance to third. Now 2 outs in the bottom of the fourth. Peterson up at the plate. Peterson singled back in the second. Second time up at the bat today. Dodgers, a man on third. Gonna get their first run of the game.
1-0.
Cutter low. And I'll count. We'll see a nice purple skyline out in LA. Pitch inside. Fastball. No.
And Dodger Stadium, the 3rd oldest in MLB. Obviously, Wrigley and Fenway, by far, much older than Dodger Stadium, but it's been around for a while. I still have a classic stadium for games to be played.
Out of those 3 stadiums, at least for me, what I've been trying to do is I'm trying to get to all 30. In the way, I've been to Wrigley, haven't gotten to Dodger Stadium yet. I mentioned that. Curveball away. 4-pitch walk to Jock Peterson. Runners on the corners. Seager.
Seager.
So you said you've been to a lot of stadiums. So I guess what's your favorite concession from a stadium then?
I'm not mainly for whenever I go to baseball games, it's pretty much I don't order like unique things from concessions for sure. For some of these stadiums, like at least for Yankee Stadium, because I'm in New York, been there a few times, but then there's the stadiums like I've been to Fenway once, so I don't exactly have the just one experience where you can't do everything there compared to a stadium closer to you where you can go multiple times over the years or through the years.
The count is 1 and 2.
They're low. 1 and 2 count. Runners on the corners. 2 out in the bottom of the 4th. It's going to be grounded. It's going to be another 3 unassisted. Cincinnati Reds, they're going to get out unscathed. Lead by a score of 5-0. Suarez, Moustakas, and Castellanos up in the top of the 5th.
Some frustration for the Dodgers. I mean, you're tied for your division lead. You didn't really expect to be in a race at this point with how dominant they've been in this division. And now you're losing to a guy who's the 5th pitcher in the other team's rotation. And the other pitchers are really good for the Reds. So Dodgers needed to capitalize on Malley here, and they haven't. And Wood has struggled, and it's just an overall awful day for the Dodgers.
This pitch is strike 2. Suarez. Strikeouts 106 on the season. That's tied for 3rd National League. Rounder. Lucy throwing on to Jimmy Nelson, staying on for his 2nd inning of work. 1 out.
Now batting, third baseman, Mike Moustakas.
See Alex Wood, his line on the day: 3 innings, 7 hits, 5 earned runs, 1 walk. Ks and only 64 pitches.
Nope. Ball 1.
Just pitch to Mike Moustakas. Oh. Throwing that sinker, 1-0.
Ball. That pitch is out.
1-0 now. Knuckle curve on the outer half. Fastball in. Strike. 194 on the radar. Another sinker off of Nelson. This time in for a strike, 2-2. Put it out 2-0. Pinned it up. A sinker this time. Diving stop by Taylor. Gonna knock it down either way. Be beat out. Another base hit in the books. The Reds.
A nice play by Taylor. Unfortunately, he was not able to keep the ball in his glove. If not, he may have had a play at first, but he squared it away. Easily going to be safe. Some throwing strikes here, though, is what you want to do when you're down by a lot, and your manager wants you to eat up innings, and not have to force him to expend all the bullpen.
No. Castellanos, 3rd time up at the plate. Doubled
2 balls.
in the 2nd. Pitch high again, another fastball. No. Reds leader in average. Up 2 on the season.
Castellanos got traded to the Cubs last year and looked outstanding for them. And he seems to be carrying that momentum into this season.
Their high fastball. Yeah, he was traded to the Cubs. Originally picked in 44th overall in the 2010 draft by the Tigers. January signed a 4-year contract. Is going to be with the Reds at least at this point till 2023. Lines that one foul, another knuckle curve. End of Jimmy Nelson.
And with that, you got your infield, kind of set. Suarez doing great. Senzel, a young guy. So, it's nice to lock in some part of your team and have that consistency for years to come.
If you have a player in that case where he's on the younger side, that pitch is going to be fouled away by Castellanos. As I was mentioning, if you got an infield in this case, you had mentioned Senzel. or at least just any player in general, where showing promise or they have shown promise and they're doing good, his decision in this case is to come up in this case. Castellanos through 2023. Gonzalez is going to be with the team for the foreseeable future. A lot of new younger players for the Reds they're going to have on the team for a long time to come. Slider low and away, fouled away. Count. Marcus on first. Their sinker. The foul ball. Count again.
Thing you want to do is Nelson is walk Castellanos here, but you also don't want to serve one up on the platter and make it a 7-0 game.
Perfectly placed fastball in the outer half. Castellanos doesn't like it. The way it's a looking strikeout.
Number 44.
No stepping in. Singled earlier on. He's also scored twice. And Moustakas, in this case, still on first with 2 outs. And foul down the first base line. 1.
I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
This ball high. And 1.
I got to count 1 and 2.
Again with that sinker. Now swung right over it. And 2. Dominican Republic signee. Signed by the Reds. At the age of 16 years old. 2 inside sinker. Pick 3 there. Back-to-back strikeouts to end the inning for Jimmy Nelson. Cincinnati still leads 5-0. We go to the bottom of the 5th.
Nice thing there by Nelson. He could, if he didn't, he may be able to go out for third, although they used him yesterday, so probably his last inning, but maybe Roberts decides to stretch him. But doing exactly what Roberts wants and just getting through the inning.
Gomez, Kyle DeSantis back at Dodger Stadium. Heidi Watney from the sidelines, reminding you again to donate to the Trevor Project. To be the bottom half of the Dodger order coming up. I'd be surprised if we see some pinch hitters. And these 8, 9, and 1. Will Smith, Nelson, the pitcher slot up, but at this point it's the National League, so the pinch hitter. Pitch to Smith, fouled off, 1-0-1. Was a curveball. Another strike. Outer corner. 1-2.
Just in the corner. Smith wasn't going to go for that. I mean, it was low, it was outside, not going to be in his zone, but now he has to protect.
Pretty hit on the ball. Suarez. Tabado.
The pitcher.
Be 1 out this bottom of the 5th.
Nelson. Ladies and gentlemen, your attention.
Dodgers are going to go to a pinch hitter.
Hitting for the Dodgers.
In the form of the first baseman, Matt Beatty. Drafted by Kansas City in the 48th round of the 2011 draft. He finds himself in the Dodgers. In that first pitch outside, 1-0. Next pitch inside. No. Be line into right field. Ron Aquino, he'll make the catch.
The right fielder.
Hitter opportunity. Not work out for Los Angeles. Outs now from Mookie Betts. And that out twice today. Under again to Suarez, throwing Tabado at first for the out. Another quick inning. Bottom of the order for the Reds coming up: Senzel, Casali, in the pitcher spot, Tyler Mahle. Ollie.
I think the Dodgers would use a low leverage reliever here. You're down by a lot, unless the Dodgers guys can start hitting again.
Number 51.
Reliever. And Floro, 36th game on the year, 2-1 ERA, exactly at 3. That average versus righties up in the 340s. The lefties, they're 200. Just sends Senzel, fly it out. In this case, Peterson's gonna watch it go again. Second home run on the day for Senzel. The leadoff home run, this time a new pitcher in Dylan Floro. 93 feet. Another home run for Cincinnati. Will continue their offensive powerhouse this game.
And a rude greeting for Floro by the Reds, and how you want to start off your relief appearance, especially when you're already down by a lot. And Senzel's second home run of this game. He's teamed the ball very, very well.
You mentioned that first home run, and we talked about it. In the Dodgers bullpen, another righty, Treinen, formerly the closers or of the better relief pitchers out of the Oakland A's, just signed with Dodgers. Zelly, he's going to line that Taylor onto first. Muncy will make the catch after that one bounce. Now, after the leadoff home run.
Tyler Mahle.
Ali's going to stay on. I believe 4 for 23 on the year. Average 174, 0 for 1 on the day. First pitch to him.
0-1's the count.
Be low for a strike as we see the look from the Dodger bullpen. Blake Treinen warming up.
It makes sense to keep Mahle in to hit. I mean, he could pitch a few more innings. You don't want to extend him too much because he's a young player, but he has less than 60 pitches right now.
Be flied out into left. Ali. Put it to Peterson. He's going to run on and make the catch. Quick outs after the home run. Kiyama coming in for his 4th at bat on the day. And silent after hitting the little home run in the first. First batter of the game.
Yep, that ball went out.
No. Sinker. Play. Into the Twitch chat here from Mo Red Wings 13. Dodgers are not good in early games. Don't know if I could say that exactly for a fact. Pitch inside, grounded. Let's see. Going to be 3 unassisted. It will. Go to the bottom of the 6th. You see the replay from Nick Senzel, his second home run on the day. Don't worry, Mo Red Wings. I'm going to talk more about that. Go to the bottom of the 6th.
Leading up.
2, 3, and 4 for the Dodgers. Gavin Lux stepping in. Look out when he's lined out in the day. He's staying in for his 6th inning of work.
And moving up to the lineup, maybe feeling a little bit pressure this game now. He's in a little bit more of a important position in the lineup rather than kind of be at the bottom and having a little less pressure. So, struggling today.
Pitch to him, low cutter. This bit fouled it off in time. 1-1 count. Be lined up the middle. Long bounce. He's hit. Lead off single. For Lux, his first hit on the day. 1 for 3 now. Max Muncy, who struck out twice swinging to Mahle before. Take that first pitch fastball. 1-1. Bucks on first. Dodgers still have yet to score a run this game. Just silenced them so far. Grounder. He's thrown onto second. They are going to get pushed out at second there. Fielder's
The
choice.
center fielder, number
He is going to
35,
beat the throw.
Cody.
Bellinger now up at the plate. 1 for 2 on the day.
And a risky play by Votto. Just got Lux in second, but Votto, with experience, I guess he kind of knows what play he has to make there. Now he's facing the Dodgers lineup a third time. A lot of times struggle doing that. But facing a lineup the third time, so it's interesting to watch here. You already gave him a hit, but did get the next guy to ground out.
Well, David Bell is trusting his starter. Start to see this Dodgers lineup the third time through. Using the former MVP in Bellinger. Ground onto Senzel's. Going to throw on to Suarez. Suarez to Votto. Double play. We're here through 6. He leads by a score of 6-0. He's pumped up after that one.
Here he is another time through that heart of the lineup, and just another great inning. And hell, he found something here. I don't know. I didn't expect him to be this good. I mean, the guy with a close to a 5 ERA, and Dodgers an elite offensive team, and Malley having no trouble.
Burrow's going to stay on for the top of the 7th. Pitch to Votto, high fastball, all the way 1-1. Be Votto, Suarez, and Moustakas 2, 3, and 4. This Reds offense.
Nope, that's a ball.
This ball high again. 96 on the gun. And 1.
Hey. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Sinker. The zone called strike 2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
The sinker outside. And 2 count again. 3 straight sinkers. Votto strikes out. Floro's first strikeout on the day. A second strikeout swinging today as well. Suarez, he's going to step in for 3. He last grounded out in the 5th.
Was recovered very nice after that first batter home run.
He lined into left center field. On the run, Bellinger off the wall. Suarez, he's going to slide in safely for a double.
And just as I said that, it looks like a little bit of announcer jinx by me. Suarez drove that out to the outfield. Almost another home run, but bounces off the wall for a double.
That was Suarez's 18th double on the year. And he leads the National League in RBIs up at 72. And that's one thing to keep in mind where seen this Reds lineup, they've absent of some of their hitters in terms of, say, Suarez and Moustakas. It's been sometimes, or most of it, besides of Akiyama, it's been Zell in the bottom half of the order has been providing the offense. Pitch fouled off.
This team it seems like, as the young players get better, this line's going to just become even more well-rounded. You also got Schebler on in the IL, so he's going to be back on that team pretty soon, in less than a week. So another weapon to add to this Reds team, who's in a fight for the playoffs.
Pitch low, swung over, 2-2, and you also gotta remember Derek Dietrich. He's one of those guys where, yes, currently he's on the bench, but when he's hot, the slugging machine. That last year with the home runs. Full count now, Castellanos. On deck or in the hole. Actually, now on deck, so I see the screen. Full count. Burrows on second, 1 man out. Low inside. Be a walk. Moustakas.
The left fielder, Nick.
Castellanos now second and first. Double earlier on. He's also scored. Chance to Cincinnati lead up even more. They're up by 6 right now.
0-1.
Swing. I think it's going to stay 6-on-1 with that slider. Moved by Flora.
No, that's low.
You're there once again. Oh, 1-1.
I think this may be Flora's last batter, already up over 20 pitches, and did kind of more than he expected coming out of the bullpen, and already has some guys on. You don't want to get it even more out of hand.
1 ball, 2 strikes, count.
Their slider. Castellanos has swung and missed on twice. That pitch is thrown. 2 now. No.
That's ball 2.
Flora keeps to be changing on and off between the slider and the sinker. That one low. 2 count now. There's a fastball. Castellanos got wood on it. Held it off. We're going to do it 2-2 once again. This time the sinker works. Strike 3 swinging. Flora's second strikeout of the day. Castellanos' second strikeout was caught looking in the 5th. Time swinging in the 7th.
So hard to resist that pitch. I mean, it starts in the zone, and it's going fast, almost like a fastball, and then just goes kind of to the ankles, and you can't. It's hard to resist. And nice strikeout by Floro situation, at least for him.
Stepping in the 6th hole today, 1 for 2. He singled, has also scored twice. Orthodox batting stance, but let me tell you, if he gets some contact on the ball, he can hit it far.
No ball, 2 strikes.
Slider, which seems to be working for Flora. Gonna miss 0-2 count. Strike 3 swinging, 3 strikeouts for all 3 outs for Flora this inning. Cincinnati still leads by a score of 6-0. We go 7th inning stretch.
Leading off for the Dodgers, the third baseman,
Taylor for 2 on today. He's gonna go on again. Right out, left field, gonna go into the gap. A 1 hop off the wall. Stand up double for Taylor. Now he's staying on for the 7th. Their 7th double on the year.
Third time Dodgers have gotten a hit to start off the inning and haven't capitalized so far, but first time it's been an extra base hit, so you don't even have to get a hit to score a run, but Dodgers, obviously, you're going to want more than just a run here. You want to get back in this game.
Peterson. Now inside fastball for a strike. Singled. Back in the 2nd. 3 unassisted in the 4th. Again back in the bottom of the 7th.
Ball. I got a ball, 1 strike.
Outside. Tried to go on the outer corner with the fastball. 1-1. Curveball. Called off. 1-2. On 2nd, no outs. Peterson got some wood on it, fouled it off. We're gonna go 1-2 count again.
And protecting here, but you just gotta make some contact, get it to the right side. At least you can advance the runner over. Don't make an unproductive out.
Now he's still using that fastball. Peterson making contact on it. Might think about changing his pitch speed. 1-2.
2-2 count.
Fastball outside 2-2. Surprised that pitching coach Derek Johnson hasn't come out to talk to his pitcher yet, but might be Bell trusting him to see how far he can go. Fastball. Strike 3. Well, he's 5th strikeout on the day.
the batter, number 5.
Taylor's can strike out swinging. Actually, never mind, not Taylor. That was Peterson. First strikeout on the day.
Not a lot of strikeouts despite he's pitched so well, but have the guys make contact? A lot of ground balls by the Dodgers this game. Malley still only up a little over 70 pitches, so may not be his last inning, despite the fact that he has he's a young guy.
He is a young guy, 25 years of age. He's been in the MLB for
Ball, that's
a few
out.
innings. Or not a few innings, a few years. Pitch. And one now. Go to a fastball. The fastball. And no running against Carrier. Make the catch, second out. Going off his arm there a little bit. Runner did not advance.
And Melly's kind of an experiment for the Reds because the Reds have been known as a team that can't develop their pitchers. Obviously, Castillo was a revelation for the Reds, but there was this kind of stigma on the Reds where they couldn't develop guys. Think about Descalfani, think about Homer Bailey, just guys who kind of flamed out. Although Descalfani's have a good year, but guys that just haven't lived up to expectations. But this year, the pitching has been amazing for the Reds.
Pitch to Smith, outside cutter for a strike. Yeah, it could be a step in the right direction for the Reds. If they can get that pitching down with their, obviously, in their offensive side of the field, they got some younger players who are starting to come into their own. Be a little force to reckon with in the next few seasons.
Yeah, and a tough NL Central, obviously, besides the Pirates. So, you just got to compete there, and Cubs are doing really good, but the Reds are definitely one of the surprising teams this year. Maybe the biggest surprise in the NL. It's probably between them or Arizona.
It's Arizona currently tied with the Dodgers for the top. The NL West, you're going to see them on BotBall After Dark as Malley, another fastball, another swing and a miss, another strike three. 6 strikeouts. He's held the Dodgers to 5 hits through 7. To the 8th inning here at Dodger Stadium. Dave Roberts coming out. Looks like a double switch. Trining coming in. Don't be surprised to see a hitter up in the future. Stats there. 7, 8, and 9. See Nick Senzel, a replay of his 2 home runs. I believe this was his second one. Either way, it was pretty similar to left field. It was his second on the day. 3 for 3, and one of the game that he'll remember for a while. First pitch from the former Athletic.
Inside, ball 1.
Side. 3 for ball 1-0. We see today's attendance. 84,083 here. Good afternoon, BotBall, or at night BotBall if we're out in LA. A pitch.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Time. Fastball. Swing and a miss. 1-1.
Let's go, Dodgers. The count is 1-2.
And with that cutter on the upper half of the zone, Senzel's already hit 2 home runs. Got nothing but air. And 2. And in the first batter he faced is Senzel. The 1-2 pitch from him.
2 balls.
Could be low. Again at a 2-2 count.
Seeking to get Senzel out for the first time today.
Senzel 3 for 3 on the day. Lined out into center. Is that going to drop? It will. Make that 4 for 4. Time a single. Now, leadoff base runner again for the Reds. Trinan was brought in this inning.
Senzel, a front runner. It's either I believe it's going to be either him or Malley for player of the game, unless some crazy events happen in this last 2 innings.
Oh, it is BotBall. Anything can happen in the Dodgers bullpen. 2 righties warming up in the bullpen. Ross Stripling and Joe Kelly. Kelly also, former Red Sox, was on the 2018 World Series winning team. That season has signed and has stayed with the Dodgers since then. 1 pitch to Caselli. Be lined into left field for a base hit. Runners will move up. First and second now, no outs. The Reds.
The pitcher, number 30, Tyler.
Trinan, not a good start for him. Luckily, you do got the pitcher up, so he's likely going to bunt it here, but not a good start. None of the Dodgers pitchers have really done very good this game.
Alley's going to stay on. No pinch hitter needed. 2 for 2. He sacrificed back in the 4th. Another pitcher-on-pitcher matchup. It is the National League after all. Play back in the
square up on that first pitch.
Fastball. Here. The fastball. For the swing there. 98. Went right by him. 1-2 against Malley, who's 0 for 2 on the day.
I got to count 1 and 2.
Pitch looked like a sinker. It was. Away from him inside. 1-2 now. 2 outs. Went back to the fastball. Got him looking. Get the starter comparison on the day. But it didn't last too long. Well, he's still in. 7 innings pitched. Strikeouts, 5 hits only. The Dodgers. Walk. Mentioned Bucks Wood. We saw his little down there. 3 innings pitched. 5 earned runs. Kiyama now. Silent ever since hitting that leadoff home run. It's that first pitch low inside, 1-0.
Love a ground ball here. Get him out of this inning, but yeah, I'm pretty fast, so it has to be a ball directly hit the shortstop or second baseman, likely.
1-1.
Great pitch by Trinan. That sinker had some movement. 1-1. For sinker. Not enough wood on it to foul it off. 1-2. Another sinker. Wilson a strikeout. To back for Trinan.
The first base.
2 outs now.
Joey.
Nice job recovering, and just a nice pitch on the outside corner, and a very hard pitch to hit. 2 outs in the inning, and Trinan hopefully is going to try to get out of this one against one of the Reds' best hitters.
Has been quiet. He doubled in the 3rd. Besides that, 1 for 4 on the day. And hitting in the mid 200s, 237 to be exact. Full home runs.
No ball, 2 strikes.
And that sinker outside. Votto swung. Didn't look too pretty from here. 0-2. The pitch that didn't look too pretty either way. Votto swung. 1 for 5 on the day for him. Back-to-back strikeouts to end the inning. Now Barnes, Betts, and Lux up. The Dodgers. Bottom of the 8th.
Looks like Barnes is part of that double switch that put Trinan in the game. Barnes
He was.
Leading off for the Dodgers.
He was.
The catcher.
The Reds bullpen. They have a lefty, Amir Garrett, and a righty, and Robert Stevenson up in the bullpen, just in case if Malley, who is out for the 8th inning, and bad, going strong. First, Justin Barnes, the catcher. Pitch curveball. You don't really see that too often. Barnes fouled it off.
1-1.
And 1 as you see the Reds bullpen, Amir Garrett and Robert Stevenson warming up. One pitch. Splitter. Held off. 1-2.
Garrett probably not going to come in unless Mally gets into trouble. But you remember that 3-batter rule, so you don't want to be too cautious about it.
Fouled off. And 2 once again.
I got the count. 2-2.
Back to the splitter. The side lost the movement. 2-2 count. Changed it with the fastball high inside. And fouled it off. 2-2 again. Splitter. Again, fouled off. It seems that Mally's going too much back and forth between his fastball and splitter at this point. Be pitch number 85.
Count full.
Fastball high inside. Go to a full count and be the 5th time through the order if Mally stays in. Betts, leadoff hitter, going to be up next on deck. Down ball in this case. On Votto, 3rd. 1 out.
Now
A good.
right fielder.
Orange put up a good fight. Dawkins. Get over to Votto. Mookie Betts, who's leads the NL in a bunch of batting or offensive categories. 0 for 3 on the day. Ended out back in the 5th.
Yeah, this is the 4th time facing this Dodgers lineup, so a hit may knock out Mally. I don't think Bell's going to want Mally to go much more. He's going to be very happy with the showing Mally put out there.
Boy, Mally has proven himself against this Dodger lineup.
Too high. Ball.
Like gonna get some good praise from Bell, his manager. If he gets taken out at this point, 87 pitches. Gonna be grounded. Suarez jump throw. To be in time.
Now back.
Close one.
Second baseman. Gavin.
The Reds defense putting out pitcher. Gavin Lux.
Play.
That jump throw. We got Betts by a step. Bouts, no challenge needed. First pitch. Lux inside. 1. Dodgers down to their final 4 outs.
Ball. The count's 1-1.
Ball missing, 1-1 now.
That's ball 2.
Fastball high and away, 2-1. Starting a little of that setting in.
That's upstairs.
Fastball, good location. Didn't get the call, 3-1 now. Ball inside. Up, down, in for a base hit. Suarez tried to go over the shoulder. Didn't get a glove on it. Oops, single, man on now. 2 outs for the Dodgers.
Well, probably shouldn't have went for that because Aquino had the better play at it going forward. It's much easier, and Aquino probably have to dive for that. But one base runner is not going to kill the Reds right here. But yeah, something to just remember for the future. If something happens like that, a hit like that happens in the future.
Muncy stepping in, 0 for 3 on the day. Side 1-1, as you see the balls and strikes splits for Mally, 95 pitches. 9 of them have been balls, 65 of them strikes. 1 pitch.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
A curveball. Could have been 2. Let's see, swings and misses, 1-2 now.
Nope.
Swing at that outside fastball. On loud up at 2. So we got a man on first. Blind, actually grounded in this case. Oh. That pitch count will be 99. Next pitch will be the big 100 for Mally. Fastball. Popped up. Shallow center. Be caught by Akiyama. Here through 8. Gonna go to the 9th. Eugenio Suarez, Mike Moustakas, and Nick Castellanos. 3-4-5 for the Reds.
Just an amazing performance right now. That's his last batter. Already have 100 pitches, but 8 innings, no runs, and sure Bell's happy, especially because he's gonna get to save his bullpen as well. He's gonna have to use probably one guy out of the pen.
Plus, this is a big series for both teams, and Colts in this case have the advantage. Bullpen factors, their starters lasted them 8 innings so far. Trinan is gonna stay on for the Dodgers. All the way, that's sinker. Eugenio Suarez, who 1 for 4 on the day. That is best offensive showing, but so the lineup has got his back.
Ball.
1 now, that's sinker, just a bit low.
Outside, that's a ball.
Side fastball. 1. And up hitter Mike Moustakas on deck. And 1. A full. Sure. Foul. Count. Suarez versus Trinan. 2 pitch. Adams swinging with that slider. 91 miles an hour. Inning.
Now batter.
Strikeout on the day.
Mike Moustakas.
Batter up for the Reds. On swinging. Moustakas in. 1 for 3 on the day. Won't hit a single back in the 5th inning. First pitch, a fastball in his wheelhouse. In a miss. 98 mile an hour on the radar. 1-1 count. A 1 count now turned to 0-2. Moustakas fouls it away.
The count is 1 and 2.
Sinker in the dirt. Blocked by Smith. Either way, 1-2.
Ball, that's
Side sinker. Out 2-2 count. Marcus being patient. The foul ball and another sinker.
Vernon, already up to 30 pitches. He's probably not pitching tomorrow for the Dodgers. So there's going to be a few guys short due to Woods' short and not very good outing.
Woods only lasted 3 innings. Up 5. Reds have scored 6, so since then, Dodgers bullpen has done a good job at silencing his offense. Little chopper just in front of the mound. Will Smith throwing onto first. Muncy catches it for the 2nd out.
Now batting. The left fielder.
And
Nick
just some quick
Castellanos.
some news in the MLB. Ryan Zimmerman and Joe Ross opted out of the 2020 season. I'm not sure if they're the 2nd and 3rd player, but 2 guys for the reigning champs not in the play. I think Zimmerman's probably the bigger loss for them. But probably we'll see probably some more news today. Probably a few more players are going to drop out this season.
Pretty big considering for Ryan Zimmerman. He's been with the Nationals a long time, sometimes known as Mr. National. It'll be one of the first seasons in a long time where the Nationals don't have him playing on their team. A pitch to Castellanos, another sinker. The foul ball. And 1. One
I got the count 1 and 2.
seamer. Mid. And 2.
Nope.
Slider looked to get the zone, trying to not too happy about that call. Away. 1-2.
Yeah, it's weird. Usually umpires will expand the zone list late in the game, and with a 6-run deficit, guess that, because the ball started high, they thought maybe it ended high, the umpire. Trent not very happy.
Fastball. Away. It's a swing and a miss. Strike 3. We're going to go here to the bottom of the 9th. Under Taylor and Peterson. Dodger Stadium. Cincinnati leads 6-0.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention
Could be a
please.
new pitcher.
Now pitching for the Reds,
Here, Garrett.
number 50.
He's going to step in. 4-2. ERA at 3. Face 4, 5, and 6. Middle of this Dodger lineup.
The center fielder.
Bellinger stepping in now.
Choice for the Reds. He's one of their more high leverage relievers. Because you think they put in Stevenson. He was also warming up last inning, but maybe they just wanted to get some Garrett some pitches. I don't know when the last time he pitched, and maybe just didn't want to let this game get the team get any hope for the Dodgers.
The thing, though, I'm just going to talk about Tyler Mahle one last time before this game. This is coming close to his end. Final 3 outs for the Dodgers. He had a great game. Yesterday, innings only gave up 6 hits against this formidable Dodger lineup in terms of offensive power. Third got Bellinger down 1 and 2 in the count. No outs as we start this bottom of the 9th. A little grounder off of Garrett. He's not going to see the ball. It's going to go foul in this case. Either way, it's going to be fair. Garrett kneeling down. Going to get up. Manager allowed to see him.
The last thing you want as a Red is to get someone injured, but Garrett looks like he's going to stay out there. Pretty tough player for the Reds.
Nope. Outside.
He is a tough player for the Reds. It's Taylor now in. Time today. 1 for 3. Bellinger on first. No outs from the bottom of the 9th. Pitch fly down to right field. Aquino. And chase under it. He will make the catch. Bellinger retreat to first base. Get off line on the throw. The way the runner didn't advance, so
The left fielder, number 31.
now
It doesn't make sense to give them a free out here. So Belly's just going to stay at first. I would say if a ball hits the single to the right side, they probably will try to go to third, but you don't want to give the Reds make things any easier for them.
Ball, that's out.
pitch to Jack Peterson outside. A pair of righties up in the bullpen for the Reds, Michael Lorenzen and Robert Stevenson. Just in case, I don't know if they're going to be used. Depends on if Garrett can get these final 2 outs. No. Lighter fouled off, 1-1.
Well, you wonder if those guys are warming up more just because Garrett got hit earlier, and if he starts to show signs that maybe that affecting him, and they may just put a guy in to finish the game if they're worried about Garrett's hand.
Pens. Slider outside, 2-1. Bellinger still on first. A double play would end the game. Only 1 out. Game of a 3-game set between these two teams. Pitch high and inside, 3-1. Seager, he is going to be on deck for the Dodgers. One pitch from Garrett. And the slider inside corner. No. At least for me, I thought that would have been a strike. Not gonna go the full line and say that he got squeezed, but just in second, Seager up the plate. Dodgers could actually have some offense here.
seems like their best chance, but almost too little too late because they got only 2 outs to go. And we already we have the bottom of the lineup as well coming up. So first and second, but he should have done this earlier in the game.
We're trying to go back inside corner. Maybe you want to know. It could get a bit interesting here if Seeker somehow forces a walk. There's 2 pitches, both of them balls. Fastballs in this case. Tried to go inside. No count now.
That's ball 3.
Tried to go slider outside. 3-0 on deck. Treinen in the pitcher spot. I doubt he'll see the plate if it gets to this scenario. It's going to potentially be a pinch hitter. Pitch going to be in. Fastball, actually a slider. Strike of the at-bat, 3-1. And 1. Outside corner on the money. Count. Slider. Swung on and missed. Big strikeout for the Reds and Garrett there. Outs now.
Strikeout for Garrett. One thing to note though, he already has 17 pitches. Don't know if he's going to be available for the team tomorrow. As you see, Dodgers do have their pinch hitter. Obviously not going to let the pitcher hit. Guy on pace in the 9th inning.
Pinch hitter's going to be AJ Pollock. Stats there. Average 1.62, 3 home runs, 4 RBIs. Takes that outside pitch for a strike. Final 2 strikes now for the Dodgers. Quieted at home. It's the incoming Cincinnati Reds.
Ball, that's down.
Low, another fastball. Slider again. And 1 count.
Struggling a lot this season, not expected. I mean, he's so good for the Diamondbacks and
The count is 1-2.
hitting below what a lot of pitchers hit this season and coming off the bench, obviously, because he would be a liability in this Dodgers lineup right now.
Pitch high in. Speaking of Diamondbacks, AJ Pollock. 7 seasons with the Diamondbacks from 2012 to 2018. Finds himself with the Dodgers on the other side of the NL West. 2 pitch to him. Outside. Full count now. Austin Barnes would be on deck. Pollock forces a walk.
Runners will be off on this pitch.
Another slider by Garrett. The foul ball, as you see the ball strikes even almost 50-50. Balls to 11 strikes. Fouled off once again. Full count. Outs man on second and first. Bottom of the 9th. Cincinnati is by a score of 6-0. Ball's popped up into the air. Suarez even off Castellanos. He will make the catch. Cincinnati comes into the Los Angeles Dodgers home stadium, Dodger Stadium. Game of a new set. Then Malley silences them. You see him getting some handshakes at the dugout. We're gonna win by a score 6-0. Malley getting some pats on the back as well. Another fist bump from one of the coaches. In this case, Malley will get the win. Loss will go to Alex Wood. Jimmy Nelson, he pitched not too happy about his team's performance. The box score there. Winning pitcher is Malley. Lost goes to Wood, 4-7. Cincinnati only 12 hits on 6 runs. 6 runs on 12 hits. Dodgers only have 7 hits on the game. Player of the game, Nick Senzel, for 4 on the day. Perfect, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs. Game for him for sure.
Great game. He's at the bottom of the lineup, so maybe he'll be moving up after this game. But yeah, Senzel great. Just good hitting all around for the Reds. 12 hits, nice punch hits as well.
Started off, or at least the game started off with Togo Akiyama.
No doubt shot.
Right field, 388 feet. That was the leadoff batter of the game.
Cincinnati came out to an early 1-0 lead. And then again, Senzel adding on. 3-run shot in the second. Hitting it to right. He pulled it to left. 1 foot shy of 400 feet. That was a 3-run homer. And off of Alex Wood. Casale hitting on an RBI single of his own. Little blue pit up in amongst the Dodger outfielders. Houston tried to throw home. And Senzel again, adding on in the 6th, another home run to left field. Similar spot, similar placement, similar distance. This time it was a solo shot. Push their lead up to 6-0. Pollock nothing up. Stop. It was a P6 to end the game. Zell's second home run of the game made it 6-0. The Reds would go on to win by that score. Today on ML BotBall, we had an AL matchup, we had an NL matchup. Now we're going to have an interleague matchup. It's going to be the Miami Marlins, the Oakland Athletics, Jay Vidas and Justin Rock on the call. I believe Jay Vidas has joined us in the booth. Want to tell us about this game of BotBall today?